Hi, folks. This is Sid from 3 Minute Travel Tips. Welcome to 3 Minute Travel Tips Live. 3 Minute Travel Tips Live is a roundtable discussion with travel professionals and industry bloggers. We're here to talk about vacation topics in a little more detail. Each 30-minute show will feature a segment where we dig a little bit deeper than our usual 3-minute format. Vacation planning doesn't have to be complicated. We're all about offering video content to help make your vacation experiences memorable. And let us say, today's topic certainly is unique. We're looking to do a two-part series on Adventures by Disney. What is Adventures by Disney? Stay tuned. We've got the lowdown in 30 minutes or less. I'd like to introduce our guests. As you can tell, we have a little bit of a different backdrop today. We've got a two-shot with Monday Cleghorn and Gwen. Monday is owner and president of Magic and Mickey Travel. Magic and Mickey Travel has earned quite an honor within the Disney organization. It is recognized by Disney to be an authorized Disney vacation planner. And Gwen is a manager with Magic and Mickey Travel and also serves as a travel professional. Ladies, as they say, I don't think we're in Kansas anymore. This is a little unusual. Where are you and what's going on?
Well, ciao, first of all.
Ciao.
We've learned a new phrase, ciao. Yeah, it's our new word, I guess. We are in Rome. We are sitting here in Rome, Italy. I mean, we're just both ecstatic. We were like, when we got off the plane, it was like, oh my goodness, can you believe that we're here? We've said that countless times. I mean, I can't believe we're sitting here in Rome.
I think I said it about 5 times today.
Yeah. I mean, this is just day 3. So, oh my goodness, it's amazing. Amazing.
Well, having Italy as a backdrop for a broadcast today helps illustrate our main topic. The Disney organization is well known for creating wonderful family vacations. Many folks have visited the theme parks, the cruise ships, and even their resort in Hawaii. But there's another group that also specializes in family vacations that may not involve a visit to the theme park. This area of the company is called Adventures by Disney. Monday, what is Adventures by Disney?
Oh my goodness, Adventures by Disney is a guided tour, private guided tour by amazing adventure guides. You've got 2 adventure guides per group. You're going to have about somewhere around 40 people who are in your group, and you know, it's really what's the word I'm looking for? I mean, it's intimate.
Yes.
It's you really feel special. It's the one thing about Adventures by Disney is they really it's almost like you're a celebrity. You know, kind of how when you've got a fast pass to get into Soarin' and you're bypassing everybody else, and everybody's looking at you thinking, I wish I had a fast pass. Well, that's how we feel, now on a much greater scale, because we're getting to experience things that way. I mean, people are standing in line, we're walking right in. We're not having to stand in line to do anything. But Adventures by Disney, they offer so many different
varieties
tours,
of tours,
I mean, all over you've got all over the globe. There's France, there's Italy. We're on the Viva Italia tour right now, and it is a 9-day, 8-night tour, and we're going all over Italy. There's also Greece, there's Australia, there's Peru and Costa Rica, and then there's some in the States. There are Wyoming and California and New York and Nashville, and and then there's also the new river.
The river cruises.
Yes, thank you. It just left my mind right there, but it's awesome. I mean, we're having an amazing time, and we feel, just like I said, we feel like celebrities. I mean, it's just
it's really a concierge level adventure.
It is.
I mean, it's really, they take care of everything for you.
Yeah.
It's been a little warm here, and we're getting water. I mean, they give us water bottles at every stop. And I mean, today at the Trevi Fountain, they gave us coins. We didn't, you know, we didn't have to worry about taking our own coins to throw into the fountain. They provided that for us, and they're there every step of the way, just making sure that everything is perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, so in other words, basically what's happening, I'll see if I can paraphrase it. The mouse has clout by having, if you will, that special access. They're using kind of their unique circumstances to be able to provide some specialized moments when they're visiting different destinations, whether they're domestic or overseas. And in the case of the adventure y'all are on right now, you've had a chance maybe to go out and visit some of these places that, you know, maybe a typical tourist might not have if they're on an Italian adventure, if you will. So I'll tell you what, probably the best way to do it, because we're limited both in terms of bandwidth, and as some may see, a little bit of a hiccup here and there because the network connections with Italy may be a little challenging. But the other thing is y'all are still in the middle of this adventure. So maybe the best way to handle it is let's talk about what's been going on with this particular trip. And if we could, let's talk about day one and what it was like, you know, after you got on the plane, and, you know, take it from there. What happened on day one?
Well, we arrived at the Rome airport, and we were greeted by two people from Adventures by Disney who led us to the baggage claim, and then led us to a van that brought us to our hotel at the Grand Melia Rome. We checked in. Our adventure guides were waiting on us to go over everything with us, and we had a little bit of time on our own before our welcome dinner to explore. So they were there with maps and gave us recommendations on where to go, what to do, and I mean, just answered every question that we had. And then we had the welcome dinner where we met the other families that are here on the adventure with us. We had dinner, and it was a lovely Italian meal, and it was, I mean, it was really fun.
Got the opportunity to, you know, get to know some of the other families. That was neat. Just, you know, everybody was able to tell just a little bit about themselves, and it's just everybody's got, you know, a connection. We all made a connection that first night, and it's been fun. It has been fun. So.
Wow. Well, if you ended up with day one experiences, I think more of it was like an introduction to what was going on, kind of understanding of the lay of the land, how to interact with not only your adventure guides, but fellow guests that are part of the experience. Tell us a little bit about this hotel that you're at. This is the first hotel you stayed.
Oh wow! It's like she said, Grand Melia Rome. It is it's beautiful. It's sitting on top of the hill here. We're actually kind of overlooking the city. It has oh my goodness, everything you can imagine. The shower is fantastic. I mean, it's you know, in the center. It's above your head. You know. And the tub is just a beautiful, huge round tub, and
very
crazy.
classy.
Yeah,
very classy Italian feel.
Yeah,
to
it is. It's crazy because we don't see things like that, you know, back in Alabama. So, you know, I mean, this has been, I mean, everything is provided for us. They bring in water bottles at night for us to, you know, have water, and that's part of our, you know, part of our stay. And turn down service. You have Wi-Fi. It's a beautiful, breakfast is included every day. It's a beautiful resort hotel. I mean, it's stunning. Very stunning.
We're doing this presentation. We're doing this hangout from your room, and as you can tell, behind you even you have something unusual with the decor of the room. So, I mean, would you categorize this hotel as a luxury resort type of hotel?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely.
definitely upscale.
Yes.
Excellent.
Yeah,
excellent.
and of course, you know, we have Wi-Fi, so you know that's awesome. That came, you know, as part of our room, and that's not always the situation in a lot of the hotels here in Europe. So, you know, that's pretty unique, and I'm excited about having the ability to connect with you and, you know, our
families.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
Absolutely. So you're able to kind of help tell the story, and I have to
right.
admit, folks that have tuned in, they may have had a chance to see some of your videos and some of your postings from
Yeah.
both of you. And they have been a scream. I mean, absolutely funny and all of that. And as this broadcast goes out, I'm going to definitely recommend too that they look you up on Facebook, both of you, because there have been some absolutely fun, wonderful postings and all
Yeah,
of
yeah,
that.
we've
But
kind of titled ourselves as the rednecks in Rome. So it's been fun. We have laughed
well,
and had just had a blast. We've had some adventures on our own too that have they've just been hilarious. So we've got a lot to talk about.
absolutely. Well, I tell you what, let's go on to day 2. Let's see. You got in, had a good night at the hotel. What were tell us a little bit about what happened on day 2.
Oh goodness! Day 2, we started out, of course, with breakfast, and then walked over to the Vatican. I mean, we're that close. We're walking distance to the
Wow.
Vatican. So we walked over to the Vatican. The neat thing again with Adventures by Disney is we don't have to wait. I mean, there's a huge line outside waiting to get in, and we just walked right in. As long as you've got that paddle as long as our guide has that paddle that's got the adventure guide, Adventures by Disney emblem on it, we're able to just walk right into the things that we're experiencing. And so we just walked right into the Vatican. It was really neat experience to see, the statues and just the paintings. It was very pretty. Then we left the Vatican and went over to we went to Castel San Angelo, and it was really neat. I mean, that was a beautiful piece of architecture. I mean, we were able to walk to the very top of the castle, and there's a couple of movies actually that have some of these things that we're visiting in those movies, so you can watch those movies and see the things that we've been able to experience. But just the view from the top of the castle was amazing. I mean, you had a 360 view of Rome, and
Oh, wow.
just incredible.
All of the hills of Rome, you're able to see that kind of a look out, a vantage point would be special. Well, back before we go on, the Vatican, the nice thing about the Vatican is, you'd mentioned holding up the sign, Disney guides were able to bring you right into the Vatican. You weren't waiting in a line or having no queue or anything. I mean, describe that a little bit.
Oh my goodness. I mean, we just walked in. I mean, really, it was
the way it was planned to. I mean, they know exactly what they're doing, and they knew what time we needed to be there to beat the line. And apparently nobody else did, because when we came out, the line was wrapped completely around the Vatican as far as the eye could see. So we did not do that. They knew exactly the way that the day needed to be scheduled to where we didn't have to wait in line. So and we even showed up and they took pictures of us. That's one thing that I love, is that they are taking pictures of us as we go, so that they are able to share those memories with us on the last night. They'll do a video. So
but not only that, and I know that we're talking about the Vatican right now, but this experience that I'm talking about, as far as not having to wait or having special privileges, when we went over to the Colosseum, first of all, the Colosseum was just unreal. I can't even describe, just the beauty of it, but knowing what happened there, and the things that went on. But I guess the way that they handle this, they call ahead, just like she was talking about. They call ahead, they make reservations for us to do certain things, but it's this is a special thing that what we got to do, because we were with the Adventures by Disney group. We went underground where people don't get to go. We were able to see the areas where they kept the animals, and where they were released. We got to go onto the stage where they fought. We were able to be right there on the stage, and of course, in the
We
Coliseum.
were the only ones on the stage.
Yeah, I mean, just us.
Everyone's looking like, how did they get down there?
Everybody around you is looking down at us on
People
the
were
stage,
trying to follow our group because
Yeah.
they could see. I mean, they were unlocking with like
they had
lock
big padlocks.
big padlocks. They were unlocking for us and closing behind us and locking back. I mean, that's how unique our experience was compared to everybody else that was there.
And then
So
we did
going
that
through
the same thing with the third level. I'm sorry, we went on up to the third level and had the very same experience. It's, you know, padlock gates. You can't get up there unless you're with our group, you know. So we had some really unique experiences that you're not going to get on, you know, other tours. It's going to be Adventures by Disney that, you know, they make these things happen. They make things come to life for you. It's everything is it's you know how Disney is. I mean, everything's about telling a story, and it's been that way. I mean, it's just been, I have felt like so many times that I'm a part of what I'm experiencing something. I'm there in the middle of the story. So it's incredible. But the way Disney treats you and handles all of this is spectacular. I mean, you just can't even, it's hard to describe our experiences. And it is.
Well, it sounds like basically what you're talking about is, you know, that certain level of Disney exceeding
magic.
that, you know, the magic, I guess you could say. When you're visiting the theme park, when you're on Disney Cruise Line, where you get a certain level of experience, they've extended that even further to more of a package tour kind of combination. And because Disney has clout, they're able to bring in and you know, kind of plus the experience by letting you into certain areas that maybe or getting access to certain areas that the typical tourist might not be able to do. So if somebody is really into Roman history, for example, and in that culture, that especially might be appealing, because if they did Rome on their own, or if they did it through another group, maybe they wouldn't have the same level of access.
Absolutely. I just said that to Monday today. I said, could you imagine if we were to come here without Adventures by Disney? Like, we wouldn't have had a clue. You know, like most people would be wandering around lost and confused.
And I'll tell you something else that's really important. I can't tell you the times that I heard they actually provide a local expert with our group, and the lady that we had this time, she tells us everything that's going on. I mean, she tells us all about the history of everything. She's so knowledgeable, but I cannot tell you how many times I heard her say that person right there is not a licensed guide. And I mean, countless times she mentioned that she was seeing people who, and that were not licensed guides, and she had to go through 5 years of study to become a licensed guide, and she's been doing this for years. So, you can tell just by I mean, she's so knowledgeable, and she's bringing that to us. And that's another thing that's so important, because if you just come over here, you may get one of these guides that are not licensed and maybe really don't know the history.
Right.
And, she does. I mean, she knew her history, and she knew, the thing. It was just amazing. Everything we've done has been incredible.
It sounds really neat. Well, before we go on to day 3, have we covered everything that happened on day 2? Any other highlights you want to report?
Well, we did it like a bus tour. We also went to the Forum, which was the
old Rome.
Old Rome, yeah.
It was kind of like the Times Square back in ancient Rome times. But the bus tour, we were able to see where they did chariot races, where Caesar was killed, and lots of different sites that
It was neat. Yeah, it was a neat bus tour. And but we also had pizza that was Italian, and it was wonderful. Oh my goodness, the best pizza I've ever put in my mouth. Oh, it was amazing. And yes, it is different from our pizza. I mean, it's just, it was good. It was good. We ate in a little building that was I think they said it was at one time a cave maybe, or it was something to that effect. But anyway, it's just outside of the Coliseum, and oh my goodness, the pizza was phenomenal. But we did a little walking around on our own, exploring last night, and went down to an area our adventure guides recommended a place for us to go to, and so we walked down. It took us about 30 minutes to get down to where we were going, but it was a really nice walk. The views were beautiful because we had actually walked to the top of the hill and just saw all of Rome. It was gorgeous. And then we went on down and we dined with the locals, and got to hear music playing as we were sitting outside having our dinner, and it had gelato. It was so neat. I mean, it was
all right, before we go on to day 3, let's talk about gelato.
Okay.
What's the deal here with the gelato?
Delicious.
I have always been a fan of gelato. So
right.
One of the biggest things I was excited about when I, found out I was coming to Italy was I am gonna eat gelato every day, and I have, and I will continue to do my best to do that. So Monday, on the other hand, I never had gelato, and she actually tried it the first night, and she's had it every day since.
I have.
So and actually, I know we're not on day 3 yet, but our guides treated us all to gelato today on our tour today. So that was
well, I'll tell you
fun
what.
Little thing.
Well, let's talk about day 3. We've got it. We're getting closer on time, and let's continue talking about what happened on day 3, and also maybe some of these gelato experiences. What was so special about it?
About the gelato, or
sure, absolutely. And then we'll continue on with day 3.
About gelato is the question.
What's not special?
There's so many flavors over here, and I guess every place we've looked,
it's so creamy and pretty.
Yeah, it's delicious, and everywhere we go, there's different flavors, and there's a lot of the same too. But last night it was really great because we went to a local shop. We actually passed it and said, "Hey, we need to come here after dinner," and miraculously found our way back to that same spot without getting lost. I don't know how we did it, but the man was so friendly, and he
wonderful.
So a lot of the local people here are really amazing, so helpful. We have questions and things like that. So he helped us with our pronunciation of a certain kind of gelato that we ate.
Stracciatelle. It was good too. I had it. It was kind of a cookies and cream. I've also tried pistachio and caramel, and then today hazelnut. And hazelnut is my favorite so far. So,
wow, hazelnut! Hey, you can't beat that.
It was great. But anyway,
well, let's talk about through day 3.
Yeah, so we went to
started with breakfast again with our people, and the breakfast is a spread. I mean, just all kinds of stuff, pastries.
It is.
Lots of stuff.
Yeah, then we went to the Spanish Steps. We didn't walk there because it's a little bit farther, so we took a bus.
That they had waiting. It was our private charter
bus. Yeah. And of course, like she said, every time we stop anywhere, they're giving us bottled water. So, they're taking really good care of us. But we went to the Spanish Steps.
Which is right at the fashion district. So shops like so if shoppers who love to shop, this is Gucci, the place to be. Yes, you need to come to Italy and go to the fashion district.
Yeah, there's lots of oh my goodness, Louis Vuitton,
Dolce and
Gabbana. Yeah. Sorry, Dolce.
A lot of different Italian brands though that are available.
Dolce and Gabbana.
And then we went to the Trevi Fountain.
We got to throw the coin. They say that if you throw the coin over your left shoulder with your right hand, that means you're going to come back to Rome or Italy at some point in your life. So we did take advantage of that. Of course, the adventure guides provided us with the coins. We didn't have to do that ourselves. They gave us coins, and they took pictures of everybody, as they threw the coins over their shoulder. The only thing about the Trevi Fountain was they're actually not redoing it. They're cleaning it, so they're wanting to make it, look a little bit nicer. So they're cleaning it up, and the water was not in all of the fountain. They had a little area where they had water where people can still throw coins in.
They called it the Trevi Jacuzzi.
Yeah.
So that's where we threw our coin today.
Yeah, the Trevi Jacuzzi.
So hopefully it still works.
Yeah, we're hoping, because we want to come back.
But we went after that to the Pantheon, which is a 1900-year-old building, and it was just unreal to go in.
Oh wow!
Something that has been here.
Yeah,
that
for 1900
long.
years. I mean, it was amazing.
And we saw the tomb of Raphael, which is a famous artist. His tomb was there, so that was really cool to see. So, and outside of the Pantheon, there was music playing, and they treated us to gelato, and it just was a very nice Italian treat to just sit there and be in the history with gelato and
enjoy the moment.
Playing. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, and the neat thing about every experience that we have, the adventure guides, and I know she's already said this, but the adventure guides will take pictures of you everywhere we go. I mean, they stop and take a picture, individually or as a group, or just however, they are taking pictures everywhere. And,
so what's nice, they're able to document kind of your experience without necessarily you having to do it. And it just makes this just another little value add, you might say, as far as what's going on.
Yeah.
Well, I hate to see it, ladies, but we're getting really close on time. Before we go to our tip of the day, though, if you can just briefly mention what's in store, because we're definitely going to need to do a part 2 segment on Adventures by Disney
there's a lot
and your adventure. But if you, maybe in about 30 seconds, just give us a brief tease about what's coming up next.
Well, I just want to say real fast that just the things that we just mentioned was only a little bit of what we did today, that we saw a lot of other stuff too. So those are the highlights. But tonight we actually get to go to the Vatican Museum and do a private tour of the Sistine Chapel that only us will have access to.
35 people. There are 35 of us,
and
in
that's
our group.
it for
Nobody
2 hours.
Else.
It's just us.
It's completely closed down. We're the only ones in there, and we get to spend 2 hours in there.
Wow,
that's Adventures by Disney.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Well, I hate to say it, but we're going to have to wrap the segment up for right now. But folks, you'll want to stay tuned for part 2 as we learn more about Monday and Gwen's adventures over in Italy. But as we do with all of our segments, we always have a segment we call our tip of the day, and we are getting tight on time. Monday, what is your tip of the day?
Well, talking about this adventure that we're on, Viva Italia, we were told by the local expert who's been a part of our group, any time is good to come to Rome, but the best time to come is in August, because they're on their vacation. It's their holiday. So, you get a little bit more of experience without so many people here. And this is it's just been a great experience. So August is the perfect time to be here.
Excellent. Gwen, what is your tip of the day?
My tip is when you're on an Adventures by Disney tour and they give you time on your own, which they do every day, take advantage of it. Don't go back to your room and go to sleep or whatever. Go out and explore, because what they're showing us are the highlights of where you are. There's still so much to see that they just can't cover in the so just take advantage of that time and go out and explore and experience the culture.
Excellent. Well, my tip of the day, Disney will occasionally bring in adventure guides to make different presentations, different Disney destinations. Maybe, for example, on Disney Cruise Line, or it's even possible that sometimes these guides will visit your city. And if you happen to hear about a presentation, I highly recommend that you attend. It'll give you a much more personal understanding of why these experiences are unique. So I'd like to thank all of our viewers for tuning into this broadcast. We are definitely going to have a part 2. And I'd also like to thank Monday and Gwen of Magic of Mickey Travel. Well, ladies, that's it. In 30 minutes or less, for all your Disney travel needs, reach out to any of the dream makers at Magic of Mickey Travel. And for more travel tips, please subscribe below or check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Pinterest. And you can also read us on our blog website, 3minutetraveltips.com. Thanks for watching.